What up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Soheila.
And I'm her husband, Adam.
And this is episode 11 of our home renovation series. So obviously we have a lot to catch you up on, including this situation right here. When Adam and I got back from our honeymoon in Croatia, we found out that I was pregnant.
Yeah, it was too early to share the news on the last episode, and Christmas was around the corner, so we wanted to tell our friends and family first before sharing it here.
With Christmas around the corner, Adam and I devised a plan to share our pregnancy news with our family by including a photo of my ultrasound in a wedding photography book. Their reactions were priceless.
I wanted everyone to say, what's that? Is this baby?
Yeah.
Is that baby girl or baby boy?
It's a boy.
Boy, my God. Can I take it to work with me?
5 days.
I love it.
This is it.
You look at the back.
I knew it. There are areas like oh, sweetie. Kat, look at the pictures. And bread.
Oh my God.
What's this?
We gotta look at the picture.
Oh my God.
So now, knowing this exciting news and that we were expecting at the end of spring, Adam and I decided to finally pull the trigger on phase 3, which is the final phase of our renovation and includes finishing the basement, which of course starts off with underpinning.
We had some preliminary plans drawn up last year, and that was enough for us to start sourcing quotes, but we also needed our structural engineer, Ken Davis, to come back and do a site visit so we could finalize the plans before submitting to the city for a permit.
Having worked with KH Davis Engineering on the first 2 phases of our home renovation, we knew Ken was the perfect man for the job. Not only has he worked on over 3,000 residential projects since 1999, but he has a great reputation for helping homeowners and contractors achieve their design and renovation goals. He has so much experience working on Century Homes in Toronto, which has provided him with a knowledge base we are always keen to leverage.
So our basement's pretty sandy, and we were concerned if we would be able to underpin the entire footprint of the house. So we did a soil test, and with that info, our engineer determined that we could underpin most of it, but we'd have to use a bench method for some of the house.
And in the meantime, as we waited for quotes to come in from contractors, we were able to make further progress on the kitchen and finally finish it off for good. Since installing our stove in the last episode, only 2 small but impactful tasks remained. 1, we had to get our electrician back in to install the under-shelf lighting, and 2, we needed to install the range hood cover. With those 2 items finally checked off our to-do list, our kitchen renovation was finally complete. So now that the kitchen is done, how do you feel about it?
I think it's amazing. I mean, we designed it to be a hosting kitchen and an entertaining kitchen, and we really put that to the test this Christmas when we hosted over 20 of our friends and family here for Christmas dinner. I was cooking, I had enough countertop space to work at, we had hors d'oeuvres and appetizers out, and people were standing around the island in the kitchen drinking and talking. It was really beautiful to see, and I think just speaks to how well we laid out the kitchen.
Yes, and I think the quality of the kitchen, Domani Design Group did an incredible job. Everything is a soft close, we have ample storage, and of course, like floor to ceiling cabinets, the crown moldings are just so dreamy. We have the herringbone Thors throughout. Of course, the stove is just the centerpiece, the jewel. It's been so dreamy to just cook on, and I honestly have no regrets about how we designed and produced this kitchen.
I gotta watch my back.
So Adam and I have some exciting news.
Finally got the permit to do the underpin.
After 5 months of planning and waiting and picking the right contractor, we finally submitted our application to the city, and it's taken about 2 weeks to hear back from them. But we did just get our permits today, and our underpinners are gonna be coming to the house later on this week and starting the demo phase of the underpin. So
It's go time.
I know, it's really happening.
So now that we have the basement underway, what are some of the design elements and plans that you have in mind?
So one thing we definitely have to consider is moving our office upstairs from what is our nursery space right now to the basement. So we're gonna create a small room, not too small, but a small room where we can both have our desks, and that can double into a bedroom should we need it. We're also gonna put one final bathroom into the house, which is gonna include and incorporate our laundry machines and a little laundry station. And then for the majority of the basement, we're gonna be turning it into a rec room with a wet bar and possibly like a little play area for the future so we can control toys. And in that space, we're gonna kind of change it up a little bit. We're gonna go for a cozier feel. We're not gonna do white walls like we've done on the main floor upstairs. And we're gonna incorporate a wider straight plank down there in terms of flooring from Chestnut. With our permit now in hand, Adam and I were able to give our underpinning contractors the go-ahead. As we waited for them to organize, Adam and I got a few small tasks done around the house, including installing the new light fixtures we ordered for our living room, dining room, and front entrance, decorating and installing a mirror in our powder room, completing it for good, and making progress on our second floor hidden linen closet by installing shelves and finishing off the inside with a coat of paint. So it is a gray and gloomy morning in Toronto, but today is anything but gray and gloomy because the underpinners are going to be arriving this morning to begin the underpin. We ended up going with a contractor that our structural engineer Ken Davis recommended. So they come with high praises, which is amazing because that's what I want to hear right now. They're called ICYReno, and they're going to be starting off with doing some demo before getting right into the underpin. I know some of my friends are like, Soheila, you're 6.5 months pregnant. Are you sure you want to take this on right now? And I cannot express how excited I am to just get this phase of the project underway and like get the basement done, because I think it's going to be a great office space and a great play space once the kid comes. So yeah, 4 to 6 weeks, he promised me he'll be done, and that's plenty of time before the baby comes. With over 10 years of experience, ICYReno is a fully insured and licensed waterproofing and underpinning company. They have not only helped homeowners across the GTA lower their basement, but they are pros when it comes to interior and exterior waterproofing, backwater valve and sump pump installation, drainage systems, concrete work, and so much more.
We put the vertical rebar and then it bends 9 degrees so that when he places this form and fills the concrete into the underpinning section, we're going to form a long toe. And in this particular case, the toe is quite large because we want the toe to be able to resist the sort of overturning forces due to the pressure of the soil on the outside of the foundation wall. So they place them in. And what's really important here are the vertical ones. You see, they have to be continuous and be bent 90 degrees.
Right. It was amazing to watch ICYReno work. Like a well-oiled machine, they were able to move quickly, preparing and pouring new sections every other day. They scheduled everything from the bin pickups to the concrete trucks to Ken's site inspections and even meetings with our city inspector. All we had to do was sit back and watch the magic happen. So now that the underpinning has started, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. It's going great. The guys are working really hard. We think we picked a great contractor in ICYReno, which came highly recommended from our structural engineer, Ken Davis. And they also had some other great references as well. They're working on a timeline that really works with our schedule, and they're doing a great job so far.
Yeah, they promised me they'll be done in 4 to 6 weeks, which is amazing because we obviously have quite a big time crunch right here. And that'll leave me with a little bit of extra time to get more stuff done before the baby comes, hopefully, unless it comes early, so not. But they're working really hard. They even show up on Saturdays sometimes, which is unheard of, you know, given the experiences we've had in the past with different trades. But they're obviously running a really tight ship. They're super organized. They are getting things done very quickly but safely, and that's what you want. I feel, you know, very confident that they'll not only be able to do the job, but they'll be able to do it on time, and that I don't have to like chase them or worry about the inspector and like booking appointments or anything like that, because they have everything under control.
Like a real new anthem. Shawty saw my wallet, now she think a new answer. Whoa, telling me she wanted me to hammer. Trying to get saved, baby, I am not the answer. No, I can never trick on the bone. Plus the bitch is my with a kiss on my lips. Like, I am not a pimp with a limp. I'm a man with a gift, and I'm doing my shit. Like, tell them I'm the nigga, I'm the man in the city. My bank account bigger and my body count bigger. That's without a doubt. Now I'm 100 steps ahead. That's a lot of mouth. Nigga. That's a lot of clout. Nigga. What you all about? Nigga. What your dollar amount? Nigga. You a boy stout. Nigga. I'm a big dog. Tell the truth, I don't get charged.
By week 2, it was obvious ICYReno had found their groove. They continued to make progress on all the underpinning sections while also beginning work on the bench footing. Our structural engineer, Ken Davis, returned for his second site visit, inspecting the bench and taking pictures for his report to the city. Following Ken's instructions and approval, they continued to build out the form and pour concrete, completing nearly 50% of the underpin by the end of the week.
Don't run into the cops, that's the motto. I don't see it coming to an end like legato. Let's get chipped like staccato, send a wave through the hood, now it's sounding like vibrato. Why you eat bread with avocado? We been trying to dodge shows before.
While all of this was happening, Adam and I got new windows measured for the basement and began sourcing tile for the bathroom floor. So currently we are already halfway through the underpin, which is just amazing. They're making such great progress, and I'm really impressed with how well ICYReno is working in tandem with our structural engineer, Ken Davis, and how they're able to just get things done so quickly. At this rate, they might even be done before that 6-week mark, which would be amazing.
It could happen, but there's still lots of work to do in the basement. We also have a bunch of stuff that we have to tackle. Soheila is really anxious to get the nursery set up, and in the primary bathroom, we have to knock out a few things. We have to get some wall sconce lighting in, finish the pocket door, and we have a linen closet that we've been working on that we need to finish off as well.
Yeah. And then once the basement's done, we'll be able to hook up our laundry machines, which will be huge for me, because that means that I don't have to venture to my mom's house every week to do laundry. But other than that, that's all we have to share with you guys today. We'll be back soon though with another episode. But in the meantime, if you want to see behind the scenes photos from this episode, you can always go check out the blog post that accompanies this episode. Or you can follow me on Instagram, where I share more up-to-date stories about what's going on with the reno. Other than that, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys again next time. Bye. My belly is so big. Just sit up straight.
You're pretty loud there. I don't know, do you want to do that? You've heard it is yelling.
I'm just projecting my enthusiasm, but we could try one more time.
We had drawn up, oh, okay, that's like that.
We have a tongue twister.
You say, yes, is mine too weird? Do you want me to chop it down a bit, or is that okay?
I think you're doing great. How am I doing?
Good. That was the best one.
You think so? Do we have any regrets? I don't.
No?
I don't have any regrets.
Okay. You said kitchen.
Well, it's hard to say because things are moving so fast, and I feel like I've been thinking about this kitchen. I said kitchen again. Why do I keep saying kitchen? Kitchen, kitchen, kitchen.
Okay.
I have to. Fine. Is that too wordy?
That was so long. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. What's next?
I'm out of breath.